Shalom. First and foremost, above all things, I want to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakradash from the Prophets in Babylon out of Waco, Texas camp, affiliated with the branch of Prophets in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida. I'm your brother Atiyat. I'd like to give a special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. May the blessing of election be upon your household, upon you sincere brothers and you few sisters out there that listen and take heed. And lesson for today is, high time you wake out of sleep. And Lord willing, I hope and pray that this will be an edifying lesson. Yes, it's high time you wake out of sleep. You jakes that listen to these videos and things of that nature, because brothers on a regular are constantly bringing out videos, man, warning the people. This is why Elder Apostle Tahar always say that we need to constantly be watching videos every day, because every day this devil is always, doing something. And if you're not in the know, you're going to be lost. And a lot of these people of Israel, they're lost, man. They don't have no clue. They're so caught up in their, their lives, that they don't realize that this devil is about to change a lot of things, and your life, like you've been living it, is going to be way different from from the normal that you're used to doing. I was looking at a video by a beloved brother from GMS Dallas, the elder, and he was showing a clip of the video of President Trump talking about, sending in troops to all of the United States, because he has he's talking about crime. But we also know in a spiritual sense that really it's all about Israel, the Israelites, you Israelites. And that's what it's always been about, because, Esau has always hated Jacob, man. Even in the beginning with once Jacob got the birthright away from Esau, which really he gave it to him for some food, right? And so it didn't mean nothing to him at the time, but now he wants that birthright back. And he's not going to get it back, because it was meant for Jacob all along anyway. It was, it was set up in the, that's the way Yahweh Hashem Yahushua set it up. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, which means he is or he exists. And then you have Yahushua, his son, who sacrificed his life for the nation of Israel, in particular right now for the elect's sake. So, at the end of the day right now, it's all about the elect, of Israel. The 2/3, they're gonna continue on being wicked. They're not gonna change their lives, and they're gonna pay a price for it, So with Trump, he's sending in these troops. Eventually they're gonna send in, beginning with the National Guard, and all it's gonna do is escalate. When you add up that federal troops are coming, you add up that November 1st, which is tomorrow, is the beginning of people not receiving government supplements, whatever they're getting, whether it's these SNAP benefits, food stamps, so on and so on. The people are going to be outraged, and they know all this is going to happen, because they do a careful study on that. They know what to expect from people. It's like when your regular people make their moves, they already know what they're going to do. So this is going to cause an outrage, and this is why they're going to this is part of them bringing in federal troops, because they have to always create order out of chaos, and that's what's going to cause chaos by not being able to go to the store and get your food, what have you. One of the brothers I was listening to yesterday, I believe, it was Elder Apostle Ramlob. He said that in some cities, I don't know about the area I live in, but some areas that have Walmarts, they're going to shut down, and you're going to have to get, I think it's going to be curbside service, things of that nature, because, they don't want nobody in there because they don't know who's going to pay for their food or, pay for whatever they're getting, or if they're just in there for folly, And a lot of these people are going to be in there for folly because they, there's no food, there's no food stamps to get food. And you hear all these foolish Israelite women on there talking about what they're going to go do, and they put it all on, all on social media, which was dumb, So it just shows you these women lack understanding, they lack wisdom, to be even doing any of these things, man. But this is the reason why we have to constantly be in these videos. We have to constantly be on fire, because the man of sin is being revealed. He's basically saying I heard him say, President Trump, he said that we're no longer can be PC, meaning be politically correct in certain things. So basically what he's saying right now, he's taking off the gloves. He's not going to fight fair, and that's the spirit that these people are in right now, Matter of fact, let me go to it. Let me Salakia for the rant, but I just want to paint a picture to show you, the times that we're living in, and we have to wake out of sleep, man. You have to be alert, Sirach chapter 10, and I'll start here in verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Okay, so we see that that government that's run here, it's not. We don't have a wise judge. Basically, we have a madman. But it's really the Edomite, the wicked elite, of Esau, Edom, that is telling him to be in this mindset, man. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Well, we're not in a well-ordered government, and we certainly don't have a wise judge. You got Esau, Edom, as the scriptures say in Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth is given unto the wicked. So we know the wicked is referred to in the Bible as Esau, Edom. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of a man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. Yeah. So right now, he's coming down with the federal troops. He's saying, we can no longer be politically correct, and gonna have to use certain tactics. So you transferring that spirit on down to the troops. So you think about it, those are the officers. You could refer them to as the officers, and so that resonates with the people, because how these soldiers and how this judge is, that's how the people of the government gonna be. That's in the government. That's how they're gonna react. So so right now this is a recipe for disaster. Not being able to get your food with food stamps. Federal troops coming down to protect the country or the interest of you know, certain things. This is a recipe for disaster, man. You know? So things are not going to continue to go in status quo. This man is basically about to show his horns, man, because as a beloved brother from GMS, Kansas City Prophets, he always brings this out that, you know, Esau likes to throw a rock and hide his hand. But this time he's really about to show his horns, man. You know, bringing in the federal troops, people not being able to use food stamps to go, you know, they're not getting their food stamps. So, yeah, this is going to frustrate and aggravate these people, you know, to the point that they're going to do crazy things. And we see in these videos, you know, brothers are steady bringing it out on a daily, showing what these people are saying they're going to do because of, you know, not being able to get food. So I read verse 2 again. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of a man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. Yeah. So, you know, they come in with the troops, you know, not having food, you know, not being able to use, you know, not being given the food stamps to get the food. This is a recipe for disaster, man. An unwise king destroyeth his people, and that's what's going on. That's what's about to go on right now. Well, that's been going on, but it's going to go on to it's going to be taken to another level, man. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And that's what's going to happen in, you know, in the rulership of Yahweh Shai, man. Once the kingdom is established, you're going to see prudence, you know, and you're going to see that the earth is going to be inhabited, and it's going to be in a righteous way, man. And make no mistake about it, verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And again, this is talking about Yahweh Shai's kingdom. This is going to be profitable. It's going to be profitable for everyone, even these other nations, but more so for our people, the Israelites, because we're the chosen people of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So these other nations, they're going to realize it's going to be profitable for them too, because all they got to do is follow up on the laws and do the things that, you know, do be righteous, you know, like we're going to be righteous, because all of Israel are going to be righteous, man. From the most wickedest Israelite that's here, he's going to be righteous. And at the end of the day, the people, they're going to realize this kingdom is profitable, you know. The other nations, talking about the other nations, but getting back to the point, getting back to you know, waking out of sleep. This is Revelations chapter 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Yeah. So, you know, if this government shutdown continues, you know, things are going to continue to get worse. It's going to escalate. And so now is the time to wake out of sleep, man. It's been time to wake out of sleep. So, you know, you have to understand that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is you know, a lot of major things about to happen, and it's all through the way that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai brings it in, you know, because we know that all these kings, all these leaders of the earth are all controlled by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Yeah. So we're coming into those times, and now is the time to wake out of sleep, man. You know, Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Yeah, so now it's time to develop that special relationship between you and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Heavenly Father and the Son, man. Now's the time. You know, you can't put off, as got a saying goes, you can't put off why put off till tomorrow when you can do it today? And this is very important that we establish that relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua now, so he'll have mercy on you on the times that's ahead, man, because it's getting no easier out here, man. So Lord willing, I hope and pray that this is an edifying lesson. Once again, I want to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem B'Kah Kodash. Special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Until the next time, Lord willing, I'll say shalom.